Much louder this time.
Yeah, you hit it right. Pause. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Discipline Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, Theo Discipline. Alongside me is your other host, Suhei Sotomayor. We know y'all are fiends, and y'all know what that means. That means that you are in need for your weekly dose of discipline therapy, where not everything is completely free. As we're on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see, but what is free is it's judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite, roll a blunt. But make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vocal conversation prepare your mind to be fed light one up, inhale life and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast. We're
We're
here.
here.
Just to summarize, we are on major listening platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes are the juggernauts that most people have, but we're also on others. You could just Google the Discipline Therapy Podcast and then scroll down or up, and you'll find us. Also, we're also on Patreon for exclusive content, behind the scenes, bloopers, my solo lectures of discipline therapy talk, um, my BDSM content. So you have to choose a tier. Under the tier, we'll show you the description of what you are entitled for, what your benefits are, and what type of videos you can unlock. There's also audiobooks separately if you just want those. Um, my voice, just so new subscribers know that um erotica writings, stuff like that. So you just choose a tier. Workshop videos and stuff like that is on there. Master classes, collaboration shows with yours truly, Suhei Sotomayor, as well, with conspiracy theories, sensitive topics like domestic violence, rape, abuse, transgender, children abduction, sex trafficking, conspiracy theories, things going on in the world right now. And also EL Discipline Books, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Google E.L Discipline, not E.L Discipline, E.L Discipline. I did it like that purposely. And then you'll see all the works. There's one of seven you could choose from, or all seven different genres. They're not all the same. Some people, when they learn about me, they think all my books is freaky shit. That's their thing, quote unquote, freaky shit. They don't even say kinky or anything like that. They be like, freaky shit. You're in that dominatrix shit. No, no, no. Gotta educate themselves or they sound dumb. So no, I'm a multi-genre author, so I have multi-genre categories of books. So you can select health, self-help, novels, BDSM. Also, I think last but not least, the online store for merch, disciplinetherapy.launchcard.store/shop. Choose different categories: children, youth, men, women, outerwear, footwear, accessories, home goods. The list goes on. This is season 21, episode 226. Do you think any man can provide for a woman's needs, but near impossible for them to provide for their wants? Before we get into that, just some warm up questions so we can get the juice flowing, right? You could get two wrong. I'll be generous. You could get two wrong. If you answer, how many I got? I think I got 12. If you answer 10 out of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, 13 or whatever. Whatever, 11 out of 12 or 11 out of 13 or 10 out of 12. If you end, you gotta get them all right except for two. You're entitled to getting two wrong. Three wrong, no. If you get them all right, you can ask me any question you want, whatever it is. There's no boundary, and I have to answer. You ready?
Man.
You ready? Remember, you
Yes.
gotta get them all right. I'm being generous. You can get two wrong. Okay. And you can take time, but you can't Google it.
Well, my computer's not working.
Okay.
So.
What is the position on the plane where the pilot sits?
The cockpit.
Okay, that's good.
Wait a second. I thought I was supposed to ask you the question.
No, I'm asking you all this. You gotta get
jeez.
them all right except for two. If you could get them all right, then you can ask me
All right,
anything
all
you
right,
want.
all right.
All right, so you got that right. What is the word that can be speedy but abstain from food?
A word that can be speedy but
But
abstain.
abstain from food.
A word
That can be speedy but abstain from food. You know what abstain is, right?
like without or not, like not with it.
Yeah, can do without or not going to do.
Word. Speed.
You could call like a lifeline, and I'll give you a hint.
Fast food.
Huh?
Fast food.
No. One word. What is the word that can be speedy but absent from food?
Can we skip?
Okay.
But I could go back to that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 times 4 times 0 is what?
4 times. I'm bad with that. Why would you put a math question in there? I'm so bad with it.
4 times 4 times 0 is what?
I don't know. Hold on. Okay. 0.
You got that right. How many degrees in a circle?
How many degrees in a circle? 180? No, 360.
That's your
That's a
final
fish.
answer? Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You're right.
This is too much. My heart is palpitating.
What planet is closest to the sun?
Mars.
Nope, that's wrong. It's Mercury.
Damn, I knew it was with an M.
Always trust your instincts. What is so that's one wrong. One wrong. And then the other one you said you were gonna go back, so one wrong. What is the word what is it called when Muslims fast?
Well, they fast for Ramadan.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, right. Name any 2 states in the USA.
Any 2 states?
Mm-hmm.
Alaska
Okay.
and New Jersey.
Okay. The capital of the United States of America.
Washington.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that. Washington D.C. I'll give you it. Um,
Too
what's
much.
what's the word for when someone tells a story of their own life?
Autobiography.
Okay. What's a group of lions called?
Pride.
Opposite word for artificial.
Opposite word for artificial. That's fake. I don't know. Genuine? No. Organic?
That's your final answer?
Yes.
Right. Um, Name any animal starting with the letter K.
Kangaroo.
How many angles in a triangle?
3.
How many angles in a square?
4.
So you going back to what is the word that can be speedy but abstain from food?
I don't understand the question.
What is the word that can be speedy but abstain from food? So speed and then abstain from food. So you're doing without food, right?
Fasting.
What is the word it can be? Is that your final answer?
To fast.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You got one wrong. You. It's crazy because let me see. Which one did you get wrong? You got the what planet is closest to the sun.
Because I know it's my very intelligent mother just showed us 9 planets.
You're pretty smart.
Thanks.
I've asked these questions to a lot of men and women. You wouldn't believe the answers they come with.
I got nervous with the math.
Like you ask them any two states in the USA.
No.
You wouldn't believe it.
I
You
don't,
wouldn't
I don't know
believe it.
why I said
Somebody said
Alaska.
somebody said Africa when I when I
No.
when I asked them this.
You know what it is? That you
I'm
feel
like,
like
so
you're under pressure.
we're talking about continents or we're talking about states? um so you wouldn't even believe it. But this is just some brain teasers to get the blood flowing to the brain.
Yeah, my oof.
Um the
Where did you come up with these questions?
I'm just I just be thinking.
Wait, did you have the answers next to it? Next to the question?
Mm-mm.
Can't see
Mm-mm.
anything.
So what did you want to ask?
I don't know. Wait, I have to ask the question for this
Yeah.
episode? I can't ask the viewers out there come up with the question so I can ask them.
Mm-mm.
I can't ask for help with the
No.
viewers. Oh man. See, I tried to get you guys to so we can ask.
Like you earned this.
I know. This
So
now now I feel like I'm under
mm,
pressure again. Um any question? This is
mm.
too much. Well, what is the topic?
The topic is, do you think any man can provide for a woman's needs, but near impossible for them to provide for their wants?
Hmm. Okay. Can we do the episode and then will inspire me to to
All
ask a
right.
question?
All right. Final thoughts. Yep. I'm not gonna forget. So
I'm not gonna
you
forget either.
can't
This
you
is
can't
crazy.
you can't like take a rain check. It's now or never. Cause then if I give you a week to think about it, you'll really think about it. I don't want you to do
Yes,
that. Okay,
I'll
so
be obsessed.
so okay, so first bullet point: a faithful peasant and weakling, or cheating strong protective king.
Uh, hmm.
What do you think? What do you think most women would choose? And then what do you choose?
Well, I think most women would want to say the faithful peasant, but I think that what the reality is, and what I would do is go with the cheating, strong, and protective king.
Most women.
I think they would want to say the faithful peasant, but I think that they would go. I mean, they would maybe unwillingly, but they would do the strong and cheating protective king.
Correct. And the thing is, like, a lot of times, women, like most women, right? I don't want to generalize. They think of something, but they say opposite. So they, so this is why they do it, right? Because of potential scrutiny, pressure, and stuff like that. We talked about it in past episodes. Um, so what ends up happening is most women fear accepting the second one because of that spear, scrutiny, that other stuff, and what people are gonna say about them. Like the backlash is gonna come with it. So a lot of them would do it. They're doing it as we speak. There's a woman in the city near you. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? A lot of them would do it, but especially let's say this was a date and I asked a woman this question. She's interested in me. She's not going to want me to think negative about her. So she's going to think of the second, but then she's like thinking in her mind, is this a trick question? Is this going to make or break the date? You know what? I'm going to choose the faithful peasant and weakling. But reality is maybe a lot more women would want the faithful, but when you put in peasant and weakling, you're putting in status and you're putting in a characteristic. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So weak doesn't necessarily mean like physically weak. And a lot of times women are attracted to both of those things, characteristics and status. So, like oftentimes, like when you think about it, and research have shown in biology and science, those are things that we can't debate. Women, will naturally gravitate towards what they're biologically designed to be present with. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna trigger all these arousals and stuff like that and make them go and make them build with somebody and stuff of that nature. So when you're looking at a weakling, right? A feminist, a alpha female, a masculine female might choose the faithful peasant weakling because she already thinks of her as strong.
Mm.
Maybe she goes to the gym and she could lift more than him. Physically, she's strong. Emotionally, she's strong. Psychologically, she's strong. Spiritually, she's strong. So she could always think I could train him and stuff like that. A feminine woman, right? A feminine woman will struggle with this, but she'll end up choosing what you chose because she's thinking of her survival. The feminine woman is thinking of her survival. The feminine woman is dependent upon a man. So that's why, like, the strong protective, the cheating she don't like. But if it comes with a total package, it's like, oh, okay, you know, like fucking Chick-fil-A and McDonald's is not good for me, but it tastes good. I don't do it, but that's why a lot of people engage in fast food. So, like, she's like, oh, the cheating, no, no. But the strong protective, hell yeah, I'm a fucking girl. Like
Mm.
I need, you know what I'm saying? Like I need that. That's also something that's attractive to me. That's gonna make me present. So ultimately, I think they would choose the second one because that also comes down. It's tying in. I'm asking these bullets on purpose because it's tying in with the the topic,
So then, do you
needs
think
and wants.
do
So for a feminine woman, she's looking at strong and protective king as needs being met.
do you think then those women settle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They know it too. They know it too. And they will lie and say they don't settle and concoct some story to shape the narrative in their favor so they don't go insane and they're not embarrassed, whether it's family, friends and stuff of that nature.
Mm.
Co-workers if they talk about their man and stuff like that. Do you think the wants and needs are interchangeable? So let's break this down for first. Basic needs for women. I'm not going to talk about wants because wants are subjective. Basic needs for women, like when we're talking about like we're talking about gender relationship, opposite sex,
Mhm.
right? Man and woman meeting each other and building something of longevity. um when we're thinking about the woman's needs, right, based off her needs and then what she's getting from the man, um providing in a sense of like emotional security, and these are like what he's providing. Like financial is not a need if we're looking at where we are today, where like women have rights now and they can work and stuff like that, make as much money as a man. So that's not like a need where he needs to make as much as you or more than you and stuff like that, right? A provider in some regard where he could help out if you was to lose your job or whatever it is. He's a hustler or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Um, basic needs protection, right? Protection from other weirdo guys, protection when they're going outside in any regard. Like we live in New York, but
Mhm.
in Florida there's alligators. You know what I'm saying? So like let's not even go that extreme. We got these women that are claiming they're dominant are scared of little insects. So it's little things like that, like a need of like security, like I feel safe because you're You're providing protection, and my safety is your priority.
Mm.
So that's a need. Emotional security, right? Um, we're looking at leadership.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Leadership from the men, law, discipline. You know, a lot of times when women don't have law and discipline in their life, they're sporadic. They do whatever. They do like weird stuff. They go online and twerk. You know, and then they'll claim they're not hoes. And they only think hoe is I don't open my legs to everybody,
Mm.
opening them to one person. You know what I'm saying? So they'll do little things that will discredit them and their status for that femininity, and stuff like that, and being held in high regard with the men that they want and being kept and wifed and stuff like that, right? They kind of disqualify themselves doing that, those asinine stuff, because they don't have that leadership, that discipline,
Mm.
to keep them on the right track. um so that's something that they need, and basic needs of like hygiene and stuff like that. But that's what I'm saying, like it's for women, and then you got for what a man is gonna provide, like needs for a woman. So those are basic needs that I mentioned, and there's more, but all women can benefit from that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter the guy. You know what I'm saying? Those basic needs are going to keep them present in the dynamic. Do you think that the wants and needs are or can be interchangeable?
I think so. I think I think women pick and choose which ones they want to, have interchangeable, like which ones they want to say, "Oh, I need it," or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't believe they're interchangeable. This triggered me to put this question down because I was rigorously listening to Sir Ink, the last show.
Mm.
I was rigorously listening to his story of, I think he
The
said, his
cousin or the
cousin.
brother? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we said that we had this episode coming up.
Yeah.
And down the line, the end of the story was, oh, she'd even want the house.
Mm-hmm.
Operative word, want.
Right.
So like I can respect your opinion about it, and this is opinion, because like for me, I can't say what the needs and the wants can be interchangeable pertaining to the woman. But for me, what I'm willing to do, um I can base that perspective by looking at my lens. And by me looking at my lens, I know what the woman needs to make her present and feel secure. Now, all the wants, you can tell, you can, like, maybe not you can tell, but for me, I can tell where there are wants where I can pick and choose if I choose to engage or not.
Mm.
For example, um want attention. That's not a need for a woman.
Yeah.
Wants to go on trips every week, every month, every year. That's not a need for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Wants a guy to make more than her when she's uh sole breadwinner in the past and stuff like that. That's not a need, that's a want.
Mm-hmm.
Wants him to drive a nice car, wants to have a nice car, wants that man to be able to buy her any designer bag she wants and desires. Um, Wants to have a lot of friends, wants to talk highly about you to everybody. Like, see how I'm breaking down the wants?
Mm-hmm.
In all those wants, nothing that I said for those wants will secure the woman's survival. She she ain't gonna die if she can't go on trips.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at me confused. So let me give
Yeah.
more context.
Gotcha.
She
Gotcha.
ain't gonna die if she don't go on trips. She not gonna die if she don't get attention all
Right.
day from me. You know what I'm saying? Like the basic needs is what's gonna keep her safe,
Mm-hmm.
secure mentally in the dynamic, and present with you.
Yep.
As we know, a lot of like dudes, that's why I say dudes, not like kings, gods, or whatever, out there are weirdos. Certain things like we talk about on Patreon, like sex trafficking and stuff like that, that
Mm-hmm.
goes on in foreign countries with foreign males that operate like robots that aren't in their divine. So that builds trauma for those females. So like you got to look at I don't believe the needs and the wants are interchangeable because we're looking at what are which terms are the keys to your survival.
Mm.
That's what I'm looking at for women. That's why I don't believe they're interchangeable for me, because when the woman says she wants the guy to make high six figures, mid six figures, right? And she don't really understand how money works. He could that can come with a devil.
Mm-hmm.
So now, yeah, whatever your reasoning for that is, oh, he could take care of a family, he could do this, I'm already coming with kids, and he could do that, and blah, 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 I don't have to worry about bills, because every woman would think subjectively of why they want that. A lot of them won't talk in depth. So whatever those reasonings be, they they the wants the needs won't be met because that person that money is coming with a devil.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, okay, now a lot of the wants can be obtained, but the needs are not meant for her survival. She's getting fucked up there. You know what I'm saying? Her sanity's out the window.
Yeah.
So like when I'm looking at these terms and I'm looking at the actual needs, I'm associating that, once again, I'll reiterate, with the survival of the woman, to have her like operate well in that dynamic with her family, in society, in the workplace, if
Like
she
to
if
be
she
present.
works and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe the wants and needs change as the woman and even men get older?
Yes, I do. I I think that I think the wants definitely changes. Um, as you get older. When you're younger, you want to go out, you want to have fun. As you get older, you just want to relax
Hmm.
and take it easy. Um, so the wants definitely change. The needs, I think the needs are. I mean, the pretty basic needs. It's. I don't think that really changes much. Like you need to eat, you need to have clothes and shelter. Um,
Well, we're
you need
talking about
water.
human beings. You're talking about human beings, like the need for human beings, but for need for women. So like just like eradicate the water, shelter, and stuff like that. There's the need for women.
Um, no, I think the needs. I don't know, like. You know what it is? I think that there are some women that their needs of what they as a woman that they had younger are not the same for them anymore. And I'm talking like sexually. You know how
Mm,
people have those needs?
mm,
I know some women that though it's not there anymore. So I guess in those terms, then yeah, I guess it can change to. But that's also, how your body is. That's just how do you say? You always say it, biology.
yeah.
That's just biology. And now we're talking mentally. I mean, I guess so.
I don't. Whenever I think of like sex and need, like putting them in the same sentence, I never look at women needing that. You know what
Well,
I'm
no,
saying?
but
Like
that's a
because I
saying.
know I know
You've heard of the
women.
saying though, sexual need. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. But like I believe like because men have higher levels of testosterone, like they need that more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's common for women to just be celibate. Like I know some women that's celibate.
It's true.
They're all right. Nice bodies, pretty faces. I mean, look like they having sex, and they ain't. You know what I'm saying? And they're like they're more so. I mean, we had a guest on the she said the same thing, but I'm not even talking about her. I'm talking about younger women. You know what I'm saying? Where they're still old school and they connect through that, and they're looking at how the world is today and the men and the mainstream media, and they're scared even more to go out there into the dating market
Mm.
because of that. The need when you're looking in the regard of that, that could be like a drug, and then that need can cause you to do uncharacteristic things, like attitudes and stuff like that, and be like just be like just in behave in an egregious way, what I mean, towards your partner and stuff like that because he ain't hitting it right or you're not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
So like that I don't put them in the same category with the need, but I get it. Let me see. I do believe the wants and needs change. Um, for both, and when we're younger, we're still navigating. We're still trying to like know ourselves. We're still going through experiences. So I think that's why the needs and the wants change
Mm-hmm.
based off where you're headed, your vision now, with whether you have a purpose and in business and stuff like that. Now your needs and change even in the opposite sex. Like for example, and he's fine with 10 women being around him, being in relationships with all of them, and then as he gets older, he's like, I'm good with two or three, like solid ones who are loyal and stuff of that nature, and you know, utilizing them in what I do and all this, whatever it is, like he's utilizing them, like he
Mm.
knows why he has them, and then they're benefiting from that, from being utilized by his leadership and stuff of that nature. Um and I think the woman 100%, because like we could you I agree with that, and like I mentioned earlier about the trips, so they just want to stay home. They could be it could be opposite. Like I talked to a woman last month or something, and she was just telling me her fucking history. Like it's crazy, like people just confide in Scorpios like it's nothing. And I'm a stranger. You telling me like half of your life. Like we talking for hours and you doing most of the talking. And it's just like, oh, I don't know if I should be telling you this, but I'm gonna do it. Then why are you telling me? Like it's just so easy. Like you just get comfortable and you just telling me all this stuff. And she told me she was married for like 20 years and she's working with this guy and he was a criminal and he didn't have much and she was like, well, I helped him get his business and I got all these stuff and these enterprises and I did bookkeeping and I did all that and he fucked it up because I guess he cheated and all that other stuff. She wouldn't accept that. um so now she just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? She's partying like crazy and stuff like that because he was like
Girls gone
I think
wild.
she said he was like Cuban or Colombian, one of them, and it wasn't no going out, this that, dress like this, and she's like, no no no, I was married for 20 something years, now I just want a companion. Oh, I said dick on a weekly basis, translation. She laughed. um you know but like I get it, older women, they went through that already, and at this point they're like, you know I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not healed from that. I'm not gonna go through that again. Now my need is to go out every weekend and enjoy myself, drink my ass off, just get crazy and whatever it is. I need that for my sanity. So like reverse. I just did the reverse. The designer stuff. You know what I mean? To look cool, to get validated, you to have
Mm-hmm.
many friends. Those are wants. Like now, those things change. So now it's like um, I want something to leave my kids in the future. I want a pension. I want, maybe some people say I want a bigger house. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So now their wants
Mm.
change versus all
Yeah,
those
that's true.
like, you know, little minuscule things that, you know, they were looking at whether it was tangible or intangible.
Hmm.
You know,
That makes sense. You're really good at doing that, at
but
explaining things like that.
yeah.
Very good.
Um, do you think most women, let me see, change the wants and not the needs? Yeah, maybe that's a good question. Because I was thinking if we already answered that in prior. Do you think most women change the wants and not the needs? Because I think when a woman is younger, she's still knowing her, she's still getting to know herself and stuff like that. She might not even know what her needs are, standards and boundaries and stuff like that. What's gonna make her present? She may not know. So
I don't think any young person
she's
knows.
confusing those wants with needs.
Hmm.
You know, like I
Definitely.
need attention
Mm-hmm.
to know that you're interested constantly. Though I
Mm-hmm.
need constant attention. I need reassurance constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not a need. It's a want really.
Yeah.
But she's like confusing the two. So do you think most women change the wants
Yeah.
and not the
Yeah.
needs?
As they change, I think their wants and needs both change.
I think that when a woman has the needs of the things that I was mentioning earlier, like emotional security,
Mm-hmm.
protector, provider, it doesn't necessarily mean in a monetary aspect. Um, leadership, like, I shouldn't have to figure out what we're gonna do today, where we're gonna go eat. Um, like I need somebody strong, protective, somebody that's gonna teach me because I like to learn and that's gonna make me grow to love you and stuff like that. I think she's thinking like that when she's young. When she gets older, I don't think she's changing those.
Hmm. That's like her like core value
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that I don't think changes
even
much.
if she doesn't know herself,
That could probably get
yeah,
strengthened,
yeah,
I
it's gonna
think.
get strengthened and she's
Yeah.
gonna become more selective
Yeah.
because as she's young, she probably can just run to all these things. Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
criminal, he's gonna provide. She's running to those things, and then now
Mm-hmm.
she's looking at it like, yeah, he's gonna provide those needs, but his character and what he does in society matters now because what if he leaves me with the bag and we got a kid and he does a bid? I'm a single mom, not by choice because I'm a ride or die. So now she's like as she's getting older, she's like, yeah, those needs don't change, but now the I'm looking at it like, who is it coming from? Versus when she was younger, she was like, those needs are still there, but she's gravitating towards what you talked about it in a show, like back then. You said women that just love,
Mm-hmm.
like they just love. That's crazy. So
They love to be in relationships. They love to be in love.
yeah, so it's not even the man. It's not even the man. Like it's just
That
like
they're in love with.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
gravitating towards the one that's giving me the most attention online. Could be beta, simpleton, whatever. He's not really my type because I love
Mm.
and he's willing to provide it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, do you think the wants and not the needs are how women determine who they will be in a relationship with or submit to?
Do you think the wants and not the needs?
Or how women determine who they will be in a relationship with or submit to?
Yes. I think that if a woman has to choose between a man that can give her what she wants and or a man that's gonna give her what she needs, she's gonna go with the guy that's gonna give her what she wants.
I 100% agree with that. Um, most women
Most
now
women.
I think that the women who eventually like
The women that
elevate,
don't know themselves,
yeah, the
yes.
ones that eventually elevate,
Mm-hmm.
um, they differentiate and then
Yep.
they use proper discernment to decipher where
Yeah.
it's coming from and what's gonna make them present there. And like oftentimes the wants like or that dopamine hit, the serotonin, the mood stabilizer. they now become loyal to their emotions and feelings, and that's where they believe that's the best place for me. You know what I'm saying? And they base their moves off of that. You know what I'm saying? And they build with that. And you see it happen all the time. Um, whether it's a great financial provider, great sexual
Mm,
lover, um,
that's true.
status. You know what I'm saying? Like some women might be like, I like the criminal, because
Mm-hmm.
that's
It's alluring.
Lloyd. It's dominant. It's like protector,
Yeah.
badass. Not a dork, and then that like will
It feels
have
like
them.
security too.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
will have them probably like want to be present in that dynamic and build around that, you know. And that's like, that comes down to like knowing yourself and the toxicity and,
Mm-hmm.
stuff of that nature. A lot of people really don't know these terms, they're not healed, you know, and then they're just running to like YOLO, they're
Mm.
running to like like someone said the stupidest thing to me the other day, people just don't feel. They just don't stop and feel. And I'm just like,
Oh yeah, we were talking about this.
yeah, and I'm just like, So that means you being kind of one night stands because you're cool with the feeling. It don't matter about what happens tomorrow. Like I'm just if this place, if that person makes me feel the best, I don't care if they just got off of parole and they're like one strike away from going back.
Oh my goodness.
I don't care what it is because we just human and we only live once. So let's just feel like that's what I think. So I don't think it's
Very bad.
sensical thinking to just be like, "Oh, I want to feel," because that just means like you'll be willing to do everything to just feel, stop and feel. Ooh, coke, ecstasy. I heard it makes you feel amazing. So I want to feel. You know what I'm saying? But
Coke.
meanwhile, you got businesses to run. You got people that's looking for. You got kids that's looking at
Mm,
what you do. For you to be operating well there, have a good frame of mind.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And you thinking about feel. you know? Um so we finally here. We're finally here. I said we were gonna get to it, bullet. What is courting? What is dating? And what is tricking? Three.
I think courting is when a man sets his sight on one woman and decides to actively pursue her, take her out on dates, get to know her, talk, walk and all that stuff. Dating is when a man and a woman are dating multiple people. And tricking, I think, is when I think a woman can trick too. Um, it's usually men or maybe simp women and simp men. They just like give the person that has their attention, for whatever reason, if they're super, good looking or status or whatever, and they just buy them whatever they want or let them do whatever they want.
Okay. You said women can do this too.
The tricking,
Yeah.
yeah.
So courting, you and I view it a little bit differently. So I don't just
Oh,
put this on one gender, like the man pursuing one woman, because like the man could be dating multiple women or courting multiple women. So I do believe how you broke down the context of the terms like talking to her, actively pursuing conversations, getting to know them. They're going through like the traditional way of like back in the day when they were
mm-hmm.
saying like 8 to 10 dates or whatever it is. Like there's a purpose there. Courting, there's a purpose there. Like there's a purpose for dating, or you would say,
Right.
right? There's a purpose for it. Dating is just simply like, so I'm being generous with this term, but dating is like hookup culture,
Really?
like modern hookup culture. That's how I see it. Like dating is like oh, we talked for a couple of days. The third day we had sex. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked for a couple of days. We didn't go on any dates. And the fact that we had sex now we belong to each other. And we're just like we're doing our thing. It's an egalitarian relationship. You know, it's not really conservative. There's no hierarchy. Um, man, woman, dominant, submissive, masculine, feminine.
Hmm.
You know, it's just we both are just doing our thing, and when we meet, we meet. That's like dating to me. You know, it's not um like getting in depth. You know, with the other person and knowing them and getting in their mind and stuff like that, and building a relationship, something sustainable. Tricking. Funny thing is, I'm trying to figure out how I can put this into context where it's not monetary, but all I keep thinking about is
I
monetary
know.
things are involved when it comes to tricking. But I think that like tricking is like the self-explanatory term. You're psychologically manipulating somebody. You're not an evil fashion where you're tricking them. So you can go on
Mm.
someone's post and be like, "Girl, you
Interesting.
look so good. You deserve a boat. You look so good. I'm gonna have a kid with you tomorrow. You look so good. I bet you never told a lie. I'm gonna buy you a car. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." This is tricking.
Mm.
It's and I want to differentiate because I do believe in spoiling your girl. Operative word. She's yours.
Mm.
I remember back in the days, and people kept reiterating this through lyrics. It ain't tricking if you got it. Yeah, it is. I'll say it is. People be like, "Oh, it ain't tricking and you got." Yeah, it is. And you're getting her used to some toxic stuff because now it
Mm.
comes down to wants and needs. You're giving her wants. There's no needs being met, and you're creating a monster. You're
Mm-hmm.
still tricking. It's almost as if like, damn, bro, you're still doing that? If she's yours, why would you have to keep doing that? Like, I can understand you did that in the beginning to get her, but you're still
Right.
doing that? You're still tricking? She ain't yours. That's the irony about it. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
tricking if you got it. Yeah, it is, because you're a simp. If you're still simping, then it's not yours.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the man or woman, because it's not common for women to trick, but they can. They could trick with their pussy. They can trick
Mm-hmm.
with you know,
Buying the guy's
concepts,
stuff.
buying the guy's stuff. You know what I'm saying? And in sense of like, oh, perfect psychological term, love bombing. You
Mm.
heard of that? Love
Yes.
bombing.
Yeah.
So it's like that is like the male simp's way of love bombing, tricking.
I
Whatever.
could only ask you one question.
Yeah. Put it all in a big bubble. Make it a long sentence. But that's
Mm.
the differences to me. So some people think that like tricking could be like dating and shit. Like, oh, we met online. I told her I would get with this. She said, "Cool. I'm having an event. Come through, and it's a yacht party or whatever." And she fell in love with me
Ooh.
because of that. You know, because I got a yacht and whatever. Those things are tricking to me. And
Mm.
it's like simple things like, yo, send me your cash app. It's those weird Dubai
Yeah,
dudes.
that's crazy.
It's those weird Dubai dudes that will proposition you and be like, I'll send you 5K. I'll do this, I'll do that for you, I'll fly you out. You don't have to worry about nothing. Um, all of that is tricking, because you gotta understand, like, there's no relationship built there. There's still
Mm.
a stranger.
Yeah.
So to me, like the tricking culture is like new age prostitution pimp culture. We had a maybe it was episode 51. No, wasn't episode 51. But maybe it was season 5. But we did have something like that. Could have
I
been
think
data
so.
down the line like 57 or 58, one of those episodes. But we did have something like that, the new age prostitution. So that's what
Yeah, we
tricking
did.
is. Courting is the actual traditional way to get to know each other, because when you're courting, you're actually seeing if you're gonna be compatible.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like me, I court. I don't date.
That makes
If I
sense.
if I dated, I would have had mad kids with different baby mothers already. You know what I'm saying? But it never got there, because the courting is to see if you're compatible. And when I don't see we're compatible, hey, there's no chance to waste each other's time. You could go there, I could go there, and ain't no hard feelings. Boom. And you
Mm.
move on. You know what I'm saying? So like the courting aspect are people, males and females, men and women that elevate to that divine. They have a purpose for that. Dating is just like, yeah, I'm still keeping my roster, and it's
Like
like,
keeping my options
I'm
open.
still keeping my options open. So they're
Mm.
not really giving 100% in that dynamic. And the funny thing about it is, a guy can have multiple women and still be giving his all there for both women.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
For all the women that
yeah,
are
it
involved.
can happen. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. So
God bless them.
like, because you got to understand, like, what type of benefits is he giving them that he's not giving strangers that he's just meeting in supermarkets and whatnot. That's relationship.
Mm.
Being vulnerable there, sharing secrets, this, that. Oh, I tell you news. You know about the news before anybody else, the world, social media. And she's like the same way. She's not showing her body online. That's only for him. This that deleted the roster, blocked all the dudes that wanted to talk to her. This and that. She's not going to those specific places anymore. I used to go to Club Live in Miami. I ain't doing that no more. I used to go to Wet Willie's. I used to go to Washington Heights when they had La Marina.
Mm.
La Marina. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to those places no more because I'm like invested here and stuff like that. Like that's like the courting aspect. The dating is like you were saying, the options are open, this, that. Like we talk when we talk, see each other when we see each other. It's equal, is this, that. We doing our thing. She could still be a feminist. He could be a male chauvinist. And they have different views and stuff like that publicly inside, but when they come together, it's like this, and they go separate. Like that's dating.
Mm. That is dating. And see, also, your wants changed. You used to want to go to La Marina, and now, as you got older, you don't want to go no more.
Oh, you're talking about in general? Or you talking
Yeah.
about me?
No, like, I guess in general, like I'm saying,
Okay.
as people get older,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
want to have to
We
be
go.
out there, have to be in the mix and all that. That want
Yeah.
totally goes away.
Yeah. That's something that like I consider that the analogy of like a cage animal. That's what I
Wow.
was telling you. I was talking to a woman like a couple months ago or a month ago where she was saying I was in a marriage for 20 years. I didn't do this. He didn't let me dress like that.
Oh.
Now that you're free and you don't have nobody to tell you those things, but you still crave it because 20 years is a long time. That's stuck in your brain, right? You still kind of crave that, but you're going through a phase. Some people might say whole phase or not, but you're going through a phase in your life where you're wild now because you like I never saw the world metaphorically. I was in a
Mm.
cage. I was inside. Like you hear the younger generation outside. We outside. They you know what I mean? Like that could be figurative or literal. Like we
Mm.
outside, like you were never outside. So now like you're seeing outside and you're like, wow,
It's the freedom.
exactly. There's so many things like I was missing. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? What are some red flags in a modern female you would tell your son to look out for? So Gabe. And maybe
Ooh.
even like your nephew, that's about it, right?
Mm.
Males, maybe even at the hospital, those younger males that you educate and stuff. Cause you on the podcast and you tell what I say on the podcast. So
That's
pretty much
true.
I'm educating them. Like what would you tell them if like let's say y'all working together, right? And they're like, "Oh, Sue, you got a podcast?" Which is true, right? Got a podcast? What y'all talk about? And they're like, "Oh, I'm interested. I'm interested." And then you're like, "You know what? We had a topic and red flags you should look out for in modern females. Them, your son, your nephew. Like you got to tell them the same thing. Don't tell them different stuff based off their personality."
Mm. Um. I think a red flag that I would tell them is, I mean, there's so many. Like if she hides something from you,
Mm-hmm.
that's a red flag. She's always gonna hide something from you.
That's
Um,
it.
no. Am I keep going?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
because I said plural flags.
oh, okay. I didn't know you said flags. Um, how she you know how some people joke but like insulting?
Oh, yeah, backhanded like
Yeah.
compliments and shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a hater. She's
Yes.
hating on you.
Yes. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Oh, you know, not to cut you off.
No, no.
You're gonna blow up balloons, and that's gonna make you be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, I don't know what she would say. Like, guess we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do a clown circus here, or whatever it
Yeah.
is, or
If she doesn't
or
celebrate you
mm,
when like something good happens to you, that's a red flag.
yo, that's funny. I was dating a girl in Stony Brook. She was Puerto Rican, and I was 22 at the time. She was 20. She's about to be 21. And it was her second year. She's a sophomore in Stony Brook. And I had told her that now mind you, I don't want to boast, but just real quick, shout out to Urban Inc. And Rob from Murder Inc. knows, because if you go to Rob's Nameless Inc. Shop, he has pictures of me from those magazines on the board. People will be like, "Who's that?" He might come in today, later on today. So shout out to Rob, my boy. Shout out to Murder Inc. Shout out to Pat and Anthony from Murder Inc. back in the days for putting me on. Urban Ink Tattoos, inked tattoos. I did modeling with the famous model international Megan. We did. I got shit from 2014. Oh my goodness. Like I was on the Rick Ross was on the cover of that. Then French Montana. I was in those magazines.
Wow.
I was in those magazines. Like um I did modeling stuff for work in Jersey and stuff like that. I had an agent. Shout out to her. I don't do that anymore, whatever. And she might still follow me
As
and
he
stuff like.
sits here in his sleeveless shirts.
So the thing is, like, damn, 2014, time flies.
Right? Jesus.
So so the thing is, I started in 2013 to 2015. I accomplished things in 2 years that was just unprecedented. So, anyways, like I'm not trying to boast, but I'm just trying to give an example. And then you'll get back to what you're saying. When I told her I wanted to get into modeling, she was like, why do you want to do that? There's so much competition out there. And she kind of chuckled at it. At that moment, I knew, yeah, I ain't gonna have a kid with her. Yeah, we ain't gonna be together too long. And I was dating her for like a year and a half. Sometimes I would sleep at her dorm. She would like sleep over where I was at. You know what I mean? But we had a pretty good relationship. It's just certain things she didn't know how to keep her mouth shut about. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's certain things that you don't need to say. You know, because it's egregious. And like it's like a little kid would say that. Like have the like um the mindset to know that like what's understood don't need to be explained.
Hmm.
Like there's certain things like you pointing out or whatever it is that you don't even need to like it's weird. Like why would you say that? Like that's already known. You know, so she was kind of like that. And she was a Leo.
How
And
long
we
did
we
that
had like a
last?
fire relationship. A year and a half.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Um
fine.
so the moment I said that, I knew. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like when your man is with a woman that he loves and wants to build with, he's sharing his moves with her.
Mm-hmm.
Not to hear what you're gonna think, and that by your thoughts, that's gonna make me do it or not. It's just that you know what I mean? That just that's a woman, that's somebody there that you're gonna be vulnerable with in a sense of that regard. You know what I mean? Of your moves, because your moves is gonna affect her too. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what they believe. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying I'm gonna be a millionaire, like by next year, and I'm telling you that, that might mean I want you there with me. If I don't tell you
Mm-hmm.
about it, you know what I'm saying? But I tell my boys, yeah, that lets you know where I
Mm-hmm.
see you or where I
Or I
don't.
don't. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like guys do that in those regards. So I was never doing that for approval because I was gonna do it regardless. Clearly, I did it regardless, even when we ended. And you know what's so funny? I'm very, very competitive, and I'm very, very stubborn and prideful. Those can be toxic traits too, but they're powers. Because
That's
when she
true.
told me that it's too competitive and you might not be successful, that thrived me more. So when
Mm.
it ended, I was like, watch this and watch this. So when she saw me, it was like 2 years after the fact, she started following me on Instagram and she DM'd me. I can't believe that it happened. Now she was trying to kiss my ass, trying to get
Don't you
back,
love when that
trying to
happens?
get back in. And I was like, oh yeah, good luck with your future endeavors. Like, yeah, we cool, but stay
That's
there.
funny.
Cause
Oh,
like you didn't
exactly.
believe it.
Yep.
Now that you see it, you coming back. And it's like, you mean
Mm-hmm.
like you should have believed it. And what a lot of women don't understand is their power of that belief that's worth more than
Exactly.
money
That's what I was gonna
to
say.
build that inspiration and motivation for that dude. So like
Exactly.
I kind of did the opposite. Like I didn't get depressed, just like the competitive
She still
nature.
motivated you,
Yeah, she did.
but
She
in a
did.
different
Cause
way.
I was
Not in
planning
the
on
way
doing it.
that your girl should
I
have.
was planning on doing it regardless. But the fact
Right.
that you said I couldn't be successful at it, then I went hard.
Right. Right. Which
So
is
go
still
ahead.
a good
Go
motivation
ahead
though.
with the red flags. And then I'll say
Um,
mine.
let's see. How she treats other people like a waiter or waitress.
Okay.
Um, if little kids don't like her, kids are
Ooh.
animals. That's a problem. I'll stop there. I'm just a ball of. I'm just a ball of all this information. So I'll let you go.
So shit, man. Trying not to be here for 2 hours. But I got a lot.
Okay, good. And I
S
also have a question. Like I remember it.
Ask it.
Ask it.
And then yeah, cause I'm gonna go off and I make you forget. I'm gonna
Okay.
go in like. Then we're gonna do our final thoughts.
Final thought. I don't know if I have it in me. Um, who is someone past or present that you would like to either meet or see again and have a conversation with, like dinner and talk?
Who is someone? Is that like X?
No, like anybody.
Who is someone I would like to meet and have a dinner with and talk? Um, man, anybody. That's damn, that's loaded. I'm trying to think if there's business aspect. There was, hmm, there was this guy I used to work for. His name was Mike Kuzmano, and he was a store manager at the time. We bumped heads, and I was one of his assistant store managers. Dude was barely at the store. Lucky for him. He had a high school diploma and stuff. He was taken care of very well.
Wow.
I worked at that store. It was a $10 million store, Walgreens. These things I should leave a Patreon for real. But I'm gonna give them some free shit right now. They're lucky.
Oops. You're
Um,
welcome.
so for like him, right? Him and I bump heads in the beginning, but he saw um he saw how great I was with the women customers, and he kind of envied that. So that kind of built a bond with us. He was a white boy, but he was I don't know if they're married now, but he had a baby mama who was Spanish.
Hmm.
So he hired a lot of minorities, which was like not common. But for that area, makes sense.
Okay.
Um and another thing of what he liked me was Jason Miller. Can't believe I remember these names. I helped out Jason Miller's store, and Jason had a lot of good things to say about me, and they were best friends.
Oh
So now
wow.
these two white boys loved me, and Jason was like a black white boy. He wouldn't give you a regular handshake. He give you that black handshake with the little half hug type. So me and Mike Kuzmano, we bumped heads, and then he started to like me, and from those regards, and to see how hard I worked. Um, when I left there, you know, like that would have been a situation because now he's a district manager, and I know a lot of things happen for that company, which he probably became a district manager to protect them because there was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that happened. You know what I mean, like unfair treatment and stuff like that. I might go in with in Patreon more in depth. And I I made a claim too. So like
Wow.
when like before I left, so it was not like that specific store. Like I worked at like 5 to 7 different stores, and I helped build the Times Square store too
Oh wow.
in Manhattan. So
You like building stores, huh?
so it wasn't just me, it was a rare people, but it was cool to be there. Like that's like one of my dreams to work in Times Square. Um so like that would be something that I would sit down with him now and have dinner with and catch up and see where he's at and where I'm at and stuff like that. I wouldn't go back to work for that company. I'm really really well off now. I
Mm,
wouldn't go back. Um Maybe district manager position or some shit in corporate. You don't see a lot of black men in corporate,
that's true.
so I would do that. But that's somebody that like from the past and stuff of that nature that like didn't happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're asking? That I would like I engaged with them before and then to like
No, just anybody.
anybody.
Yeah.
Um
But that's
f-
a good one.
so business wise, maybe Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, who else? Um, WWE. I applied for a writer. They
Mm-hmm.
denied me the first time. They said I didn't have like film experience. But
Bulls.
every single time I wrote
Bulls.
in the comments of these motherfuckers, they ended up taking that. The Oba shit, I said Oba should challenge Brock. They made it happen. I don't believe in coincidences. They reading
Mm-hmm.
the shit. They scroll for the dumb things, but then saying something important.
Yeah.
So I said that, and I dictated what that fight should be like. I said he should give him the F5, and then his back should be turned, and Oba should pick up, and then he should be surprised. It happened. It happened,
Mm-hmm.
and I called it before. So like maybe the sports industry, even football and NBA. Now when it comes to like exes, um,
Ooh, we're getting a lot.
hmm, there is one. There
Wow.
is one I would sit down with. I don't want to give too much context. I don't know who's watching, but
You
like,
got everybody on the edge of their seats right now.
she
This is good
was
entertainment.
she was a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, so like that is somebody I would like, cuz I felt like the thing is this, right? And like I'm trying to make people understand, like it sounds like there's no closure. There is closure.
Okay.
But the way I'm looking at it is, if there was a situation where like it was like just God, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? because I'm not looking for you, and vice versa. You're not looking for me.
Mm.
So if it was a situation like that, that's like,
Like almost like destiny.
yeah, like that's a situation where I might, and this is a big might. It's not like a definite, right? Like I might be like, let's catch up and have dinner and talk. Where are you at now? What are you doing and stuff like that? It doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna get back together.
Right.
So that's something, because I feel like that dynamic that I had with her was more than intimate. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of things that she was able to do um that could have also benefited me,
Mm.
and I would have benefited her. So we kind of complement each other in regards to like a dominant person that's leading, that's giving you like a kind of like an invisible checklist and stuff like that. And on top of that, you're doing what you need to do for where I need to be and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, so that could be a situation, but sometimes like I ended those dynamics because it was like, you know, I don't want to have a kid with this person because the kid is the X factor. You want to, like, for me, I'm always thinking I need a woman that's gonna always defer to me, and then we're gonna be like a team for the decision. We can't be playing different sides when it comes to the children.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that was a woman that, like, from like the past women, that she was one of the first people that said she don't like conflict, and she would have had the kids come to me. But then she started showing me tendencies that it was like, nah, I don't want I don't want part of your DNA with my child, because like those are toxic tendencies that you
Mm.
clearly are not trying to work on. So to like have those tendencies with the child, now I don't know, now that we have children, how you would be, if you would still remain like subservient.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And that like you could see how that is with the consistency. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes like it don't get that far to even get into the next level, moving in, marriage, children, because I could see the inconsistency. And it's like after everything I'm teaching you, you're not learning, you're not able to be rehabilitated. So it's like a lost cause.
Wow.
Like I'm wasting my time. That's how I analyze a lot of things. I don't think to myself, in 2 years things are gonna change. In 3 years it's gonna change. Oh, it's gonna take marriage to change. It's gonna take a kid to change things. I don't look at that. I look at the things that you're doing now, and then all those other things are bonuses. It's almost like when people would say like how you ride for him now when he's not up,
Mm.
and then when he's up, shit didn't change. The woman didn't change. Like that woman that I went to, that was in a relationship with in Stony Brook, that
Mm-hmm.
was a good decision by me, because you saw she was changing based off my status change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why would I want someone like that in my life? You know what I'm saying? So those are like that would be something like a conversation, and like one or two other exes in the past, like way past, like maybe 2019 or something like that, 2020. I did, you know, have a like conversation with them and stuff like that after everything went on and all that. Um, but yeah, like that's what I would
Those
think.
are
Then
good.
this woman, like, she didn't have children. Yeah, she was childless. So that's
What woman?
the ex I was talking about
Oh,
that I would
oh, oh. Gotcha,
consider.
gotcha.
Yeah. So that was a situation. Others, nah, nah. But like that's the personal aspect, and then I mentioned the business aspect, um, and all that. But like, man, I got a long journey of where I've been, what I've
Mm-hmm.
done, the things I've experienced.
That's true.
You know, bigotry, racism, outside the workplace, inside the workplace, like just stuff. I'll give them more context and stories on Patreon. um, but for the red flags,
Oh yeah.
um let me see. I would say for modern females, if I was talking to a brother, if I had a son, um, young coworkers, colleagues, I would say, if she's not supporting your dreams, you know, it's a red flag. Um, if she doesn't believe in you,
Mm-hmm.
so that's like two separate things. So if she doesn't believe in you and holds you in high regard, it's a red flag. If she wants to get into an egalitarian relationship, red flag. If she has like a roster, red flag. DMs, red flag. She likes to go on trips, red flag. Her vacation spots are Miami, constantly red flag. Las Vegas, Cancun, red flag. Um, she's she's not kind. Like she doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
nice, but she's not kind, and she doesn't know how to transform in different circumstances or I should say environments. So for example, you mentioned the restaurant with the waitress. Like if you don't like the way she's servicing us, there's ways to go about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ask to speak to the manager
Yeah.
versus yo, you
Embarrassing
fucking
somebody.
bitch and da 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 da. If you don't do this, I'm gonna
Yeah.
punch you in the face. How dare you? Like there's ways to handle. So she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know how to adjust, and in those regards, if if she's dressing provocative, I would say in just subconscious, like she's just oblivious to it. I would say that's a red flag, but I wouldn't say like not approach her and then see how she thinks about that. And if you're not able to sway her view on it, it's a red flag. Because
That's true.
like getting in a relationship, if she does that too, like come on, that's like a no-brainer, right? Flirting in front of you could be online,
Yeah,
comments,
that's true.
with your
That's a
friends.
good one. I was gonna say that one too.
Red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Even getting to the part where if you're gonna introduce her to people you love, so we'll leave that out. We're talking about the initial, like we're going on a few dates. Um, if she is not a person of her word, if I
Mm.
say be ready at 7 o'clock, and I'm okay with people being late as long as they make me aware. But for
Mm.
there's no whatever, and she's just like saying, "Oh, he won't mind. Like I'm just gonna be 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, and then when I get to the car, or whatever, he's picking me up or meet him there, then I'll tell him why I was late." Versus you telling me in advance, texting me whatever, hey, traffic and da 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 da. I respect that more. That means she doesn't value your time.
Mm-hmm.
See how she treats her mom. See how she treats her dad, her grandparents if they're still alive, pets if she has them, see how she treats them, see how she views like the political aspect, you know, see how she is with like taking your leadership or not,
Mm.
you know, and then see if she's willing to do things to assist you and contribute to your like empire,
Like your
your
growth.
growth or your future, or like even you. See if she's down to earth or not. Materialistic stuff, superficial, um and oh, here's the biggest red flag that flies over a lot of people's heads. Every woman kind of has like a celebrity crush, whether he's a boxer, musical artist, or whatever it is, and see how much she boosts that guy up in front of you, like and like kisses his ass, metaphorically sucking his dick. Drake concerts, and see how she is with that, because that's like a foreshadow that she would cheat on you if those people were in their like in her like vicinity. You know what I'm saying? Because like you already see how they talk about it, and some people just behave a certain way because they feel like they can never meet them or be within proximity. But I just gave you an example. She going crazy for the Drake concert. She trying to
Mhm.
be there.
Mhm.
Romeo, like you know, she going on stage with Usher, letting her yo, leave her
Oh,
there,
sure, yeah.
leave her there,
Yep.
leave her there. She'll find her way back. Maybe Usher will take care. He won't. He won't. He just gonna use and abuse you. Bye. I mean, he got his own, but he ain't bringing you on the truck, the party bus. So see how that is too. That's very important. See how she is with those concerts, yo. Like if we go to,
Mhm.
if I go with her to a Romeo concert, or Usher concert, or whatever, and she not grinding up on me and stuff like that, it's like separate, and she's like so like just enthralled by him, and I'm just looking like, yeah, like leave her there too. They used to do this thing on social media. It was Instagram, MCM, Man Crush Monday. You should
Oh, yeah.
be your woman's Man Crush Monday every fucking Monday. So if she's putting hashtag MCM Man Crush Monday, um, and she's putting these celebrities and this and that and tell you who she like to meet or whatever. Those are red flags. Like I don't give a fuck if LL Cool J pause walks in front of me and my lady without his shirt on. She not looking.
Mm-mm.
She thinks you're more higher value than him. Doesn't matter his money. Doesn't matter his accolades. Doesn't matter his success. Doesn't matter his status. You know, so that's a red flag when she's just like you not her number one fan. I know I talk a lot, but I get to an end goal. That's the summary. You're not her number one, you know, she's not your number one fan.
Right.
Yeah, she's not your number one fan. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a red flag. You know, so those are things that I would tell, you know, them and stuff like that. Like you got to also look at her history. You know, like what she was doing before you and stuff like that. Now, here's the flip side. Do you think those red flags can be worked on if the man has leadership and approaches and stuff like that? The clothing, the the like educating her on the man crush shit. Like do you think those things can be like eradicated
I
from her thought process?
I think the dressing, like if he says, I don't
Okay,
want you to wear this because this is what can happen, instead of, you know how so many guys say, take that off, you're not going out, and it's because he never, it's the same reasoning, he just doesn't get to that part.
so you're saying the educational aspect is
Yes.
leading.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what was the
Okay.
question?
You're saying the educational aspect is leading because
Yes.
like he's explaining.
Yes, he's
Okay.
explaining, but that part, because you wait, you asked me
Can it be?
if
Can
that can
those thought
eradicate it.
processes?
Not
Yeah.
all of it. Not
Okay.
all
Not
of it.
all of it.
I don't think how she treats somebody. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, no.
Mm-hmm.
Even if somebody, if that's like something that's in you. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To be a good
Like
person or not.
she needs to like heal on her own,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
pretty much. Like he can't come in and change that. Like
Right.
that
I
that
don't
need
even know if that's something
that's
that
okay.
can be changed.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know, because you see like old mean older people that are just mean
Mm-hmm.
spirited. You've heard that saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that could be changed, but like dumb things like the one that we just talked about, like that, I think he can help her grow out of it, maybe.
Mm, okay. Um, I think some red flags can be, he can help her eradicate some of those things. What can and what can't. Let's say the woman is celibate, and I know for a fact it's true. But she's like she got like cuz she's a beautiful woman, so she just attracts this. Her DMs are stacked. And she's talking to these guys, and it's innocent conversations about certain things and this. And maybe one guy says, "Hi, you're beautiful." And she says, "Thank you." She's not trying to, she just responds in those regards, right? Other guys, they're having conversation. Hey, I might have triggered conversation, and like this is a made up woman. Like she
Mhm.
don't know me. She don't know me. I don't know her, but she might watch the podcast. So she says to the guy in the DM, "What do you think about this topic?" And they start talking about it. Innocent shit. It's not even going like being romanticized or anything like that. The
Mhm.
conversation. And then I say, "Oh, I want to pursue you." We start dating, and I said, "You know what? You got to eradicate this. You're around too much male energy." And even though they're in different states and stuff like that, energetically you are. So that's going to affect how you are present wise here.
Mm.
And on top of that, subconsciously, you feel like you got options. So that's a double thing of two of not, you're not going to invest fully because of those options. So this got to be gone because I got to be a priority. And because me being a priority is what earns the provision that God's
Mm.
granting me to give to you. Those come with conditions. So like she's like she me explaining it, okay, she does it. Wow, I never knew that. I thought this was innocent. Block, 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 block. You're wearing yoga pants and you pretty I like it. Some dudes may not, but camel toe. So what I mean, I like it, but that's no camel toe, and it's like you got a rear end on you. So no, change. Wear a long dress to your knees. Wear a sundress. Wear a dress to your ankles. That's more appropriate when you out with me. I don't like attention, so I don't want your big butt like stopping traffic. So I don't
Oh.
want this and stuff of that nature because of how I am. It's not I'm insecure. You're mine, and that is a property of mine. So this is something that doesn't make me feel comfortable to claim you if you're doing this. And she's like, "Oh
Mm.
wow, I never looked at it like that." And she changes how she dresses. Then
Yeah.
you seems like I'm eradicating how she feels. So now even when she goes to the gym, she's like, damn, now I'm gonna like wrap my hoodie around my
Around.
waist.
Mhm.
So niggas ain't looking at me and trying to talk to me because I got a man and he put me on to game. So this education he
Exactly.
gave me is gonna travel with me through my whole life.
Mhm.
But there's other women who now here's the red flag of why I would tell these guys to walk away, make it the last time. I
Mhm.
do three strikes you're out. So if
I
if it's
like
a
that rule.
if it's a situation of you explain everything to her and she's still like, yo, you're insecure. Like remember when I said I talked to that Haitian girl that I
Mhm.
met like months ago and she was all this and I was like, I want to invest in you and date you and she was down for it too because once she found out what I could do and who I was, she was even more intrigued. Before she was intrigued, now she was even more intrigued. And I said, "Listen, this is how I operate. But I see you do these music videos, and you're also trying to like you have a regular job, but you have aspirations for
More.
music. I
Oh.
see you in these music videos and stuff like that. Thongs. I see you on vacation. This, that, and that's when she was asking me, "How would you like your women to dress?" And I said, one piece would be cool. This, that, and if you're gonna dress like that, don't post it. Send it to
Mm.
me only." And she said, "Oh, you're one of those type. You're
Oh.
jealous. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
You do? You
Yeah.
do? Okay. So like, she was saying I'm insecure.
Yeah.
And then I said, no, I'm territorial, not jealous. Jealous is wanting something that's not yours.
Mm.
Territorial is protecting what is yours. So I'm not telling you what to do. That would be me being jealous and stuff like that because you're not mine. I'm
Mm.
telling you what's gonna make me operate well in the dynamic and what's gonna make me put effort to provide for you because I know I'm gonna give you amazing things. You're gonna fall, but that comes with a sacrifice.
Mm.
And she didn't hear none of that. She just kept going. Okay, let me tell you what the definition of jealous is. She Googled it and she sent it to me. Remember that story I was telling?
Yeah.
She Googled it and she sent it to me. And that's when I was like, so clearly we're just gonna agree to disagree. It's okay. And I said, I just wanted to do my due diligence because you're a Haitian woman. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And And I feel like I should tell you this because them niggas in the music video, they're the stereotype too. They look it, they dress, they're the stereotype. They just waiting for the buns soon from you. They just waiting for the buns. They think just like me. They think just like me, but they know they can't get it like that, and they ready to be next. So they're not gonna tell you what I'm telling you.
That's true.
I'm telling you to give you education so you have choice. Doing that in the music videos, you doing it feel like you don't have choice, and you're decreasing your value. That's what I'm saying. You're decreasing your value. So that's when things got real, and she was like, "I respect that.
Oh,
I hear
that's
it,
good.
but you still jealous though." So I laughed and I was just like, all right, like bye, and I hung up, and that was a thing, But I've seen her, like I saw
Good
her in
luck with your
person
future
and stuff
endeavors.
like that. I went by her store, and like whenever she see me, just like any Dominican or Haitian or Spanish culture, you cheek kiss, you give each other a hug and embrace. There ain't no ill will. It's just we just think differently. I can't change how you move and think, and that's just how it's gonna be. I'm just not gonna settle there. I'm not going to adjust to the times. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not just trying to engage with you in just a sexual endeavor. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just a conquest.
Right.
So she young. She can't even think like that. She's 30 years old.
30?
Yeah, no
Wow.
kids. So she can't even like think how I'm thinking. In that regard. So she just looking at it in one specific aspect. And she Asian, so she's stubborn too.
Did she have a
Cause
good relationship with her dad?
she's stubborn too, and she's stuck in her ways. Her dad, that's a good question. Her dad, she didn't talk about her dad, so dad wasn't around.
Oh.
Cause you know how Haitian and Dominican dads are. They're strict, so that makes sense. So it's like I would tell those guys only if you're dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like a passive dude, you need a woman that's gonna be supportive. But a dominant guy can go in there and kind of make the spoiled chick adapt. You know what I'm saying? Based off his leadership because he's confident in that regard. Like it's like the hyena screaming in the lion's face. What you think the lion gonna do?
Smack him.
The lion is yawning. The lion is yawning until he's annoyed and probably slap the shit out of you. But I'm not using that analogy for men to do that. I'm just saying that like
Don't
I'm
do
just saying
that.
that those dominant men when they come in and those women are very like roaring like lioness, those dudes just be like, "Yeah, all right, we're going to go here." Like for example, I'm going to give more context. Listen, we're going to go eat at this spot. It's healthy, it's nice, and you said you're not allergic to anything, so I picked this. No, I'm not going there. Did this and that. I'm worth more than that place or whatever it is. Yeah, so this is where we're going. You see what I did there? So now, like, it's like, so you got one or two choices. You could come with me or not. I'll leave you where I came to pick you up. Like you see what I did there, like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna lead in that regard, then it can work,
Yeah.
but because oftentimes you gotta understand the tricks, the simps, the betas, they ruin all these chicks. That's why they act like that.
That's
So it's
true.
like now when I'm coming in, I don't care who you dealt with. This is who I am and what we're doing. If you don't want to do this, that's fine. I'm still going to be like this and go that way. So you have a choice to jump aboard or not. It's not like you don't have a choice. And I'm like, bitch, where you going? Grabbing you? You ain't leaving me with it. No, you have a choice. So you got to understand your manipulative games is not going to make me adjust to you or what you think your boundaries and standards are. Because this goes back to the topic. I know what your needs are to make you present and feel safe and on the key to survival for you as a woman, not your wants. Your those simps made you think that's what your wants are. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Like I'm not saying it comes down to the man, because the woman got to take accountability too. It's not like, oh, I can go in and I could adjust it. You can't change people.
Mm.
I'm not changing the woman. She's seeing something of value that she wants to invest in, and she's like, "Oh, he likes this. He's reasonable with his explanation. I'm gonna adjust." See what she did? She made the conscious choice because now she has education.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
I'm
what I'm
not
saying.
really I'm not really doing nothing. I'm just being me. I'm being me and with everybody, with everywhere.
Exactly.
And what she's doing is, oh, this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
She's
come
absorbing
aboard.
it.
Or she's like, no. So really is, if she's saying no, it still wasn't me that made a difference because I'm Superman. I can do a lot of things. Elevate people, men and women and stuff like that. But it doesn't come down to the man. It comes down to the woman taking accountability to be like, what he's saying is right. I'm going aboard. Or she's like, no, that's some fuckery. Bye. So I still didn't change her. It's still not the man that did it. The
Right.
woman is in her way. So the
Mm.
woman gotta adjust to that. The man is coming right and he's being straight and a good guy and stuff of that nature and leading how he should, masculine. She should see something of value and then boom. And it
Mm-hmm.
should be in that regard because she's now like um coming to a revelation,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, with herself, and she's realizing the old way was bad. It was the matrix. I'm going to try this new way and trust in him to lead us to the promised land. That's
Yep.
the only way it's going to work in her doing that. It's not him coming in and adjusting because the woman can even learn on her own and then like accept those type of guys, or when he comes in, it's just easy. It's not a struggle. It's, oh, so this is what boundaries and
Maybe like
rules.
tweaking.
And then now she's like, oh yeah, that's nothing. I was already doing that. I was already holding myself accountable to that.
Mm.
Oh, I had a strict father and mother. That's light work. That's light work. That's easy.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no problem. That's what I do. You see, because she's already holding herself in that regard. But it always comes down to the woman herself.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of women do that though.
But
Hold themselves.
yeah, they don't know what that word means.
Mm.
They were never taught that. It's like their kryptonite. Like a
Yeah.
lot of women can be goddesses. They can be queens, but these like boss babes and all that stuff. The irony is they're weak.
Mm.
They're not on that level yet. They're out of their core. They're the opposite of counterintuitive of what they were designed to be and attracted to, you know. And through triggers, they still go back to that, which is crazy. They'll go back to what
Yep,
they're
that's
attracted to.
true.
But the thing is, like, they have to be self aware. And the
Yep.
biggest thing is like I wrote in one of my captions for the promotion for the last show on social media. The last sentence I said was the healing starts in the mind prior. The mind heals, the emotions change, emotion, right? Motion. So now you
Mm-hmm.
move different based off how you think.
Ooh, I like that.
So like if you think about it, your mind got to change first. That's the anchor to a lot of things of how your body gonna moving with it. Like remember, it goes back down to the woman that's dressing provocative. What I tell her, she's like, that makes sense. On top of that, I like him. So I'm gonna invest in his thought process and
I'm gonna try it out.
follow the program.
Mm-hmm.
So now her thought process is different and now she moves different. Even when I'm not there. When she was at the gym, the hoodie around the waist. See the mindset?
Mm-hmm.
So now the education is making her do different things.
Yep.
So that's what it comes down to. It's just healing the mind. Like our minds, like not our, but a lot of people's minds are like polluted with trash. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to pollute it with divine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With like unclutter it. You
You
know what
have
I'm
to
saying?
water your. You have to water. You
Yeah,
saw
like
that when
maybe
you were a
like with
little kid.
plants.
Yeah. You saw that when you were a kid. Like in your English room, they had the poster of you watering the brain, and then
Mm-hmm.
books would grow.
Yeah, so that that's
Yeah, it's
that's what it
true.
starts with first. And then
Mhm.
once you start doing that, you're gonna know yourself. You gotta
Mhm.
understand a lot of these chicks that are doing that stuff online or whatever, we were talking about this, about the fake confidence. They
Mhm.
don't love themselves. You'll
They
never
don't
know
know
that.
themselves.
They
Yeah.
yeah, but they don't love themselves. They think very low of themselves. They think they deserve shit. They think they deserve to be treated like shit. They're depressed probably. These are things you'll never know.
No, that's
Their
whatever. That's
their
their trauma.
their closest friend will tell them. They'll tell them.
Mhm.
There's an if they're going to therapy maybe, but they're doing all these things, and you're looking at them like, oh wow, they're living their life. They didn't know, but
No.
their actions is the byproduct of how they're feeling about themselves. That's why they do peasant shit. They don't do queen shit.
Mm. Hopefully, they are going to therapy.
Yeah, so that's what it comes down to. Prior, the mindset. You know what I mean? The man is just coming in, just doing his job. Like God told me to do this, lead, educate, blah, blah, blah. Whoever's following me, follow me. It's not going to be everybody that's going to follow you. The people that are following you, that's the ones the man is going to invest in. He's not supposed to invest in everybody. So if the woman is smart and she can see a benefit, then she's going to latch on and follow. You know what I mean? But if not, then it's what it is, and it's gonna it's gonna be catastrophic for her because her mindset will get even worse.
Mm.
Her mindset will get even worse. You know. So, but we changing the game though. I see some other dudes too talking about the same thing. They're changing the dating market for real,
Yeah.
for real. Like they're changing the dating market because of these platforms now. Believe it or not, worldwide.
Wow.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred, the Discipline Therapy podcast. Peace.
Peace.